All right.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And congratulations on the victory in the Lewis Cruz Classic, 21-6 over Tuskegee. If you could kind of summarize that game, and then as you head to Grambling this week, what you see, and we'll open it up for questions.
Okay. Well, good morning, everyone. As you mentioned, we did beat Tuskegee, and the Lewis Cruz Classic this weekend. It was a very good football game. Both teams played hard. We were able to respond on a somewhat early touchdown. Turnover with a touchdown. And we kind of went back and forth, had some scoring opportunities that we let get away from us. And late in the second quarter, we went for a field goal and we missed it, and Tuskegee took advantage of it and was able to put together a drive and score a touchdown against us, and that made it 7-6. And on a pursuing kickoff, we had a good return and were able to answer, and going at halftime 14-6. Third quarter was somewhat uneventful. I thought our defense played exceptionally well. And then we were able to cap a fourth quarter drive that kind of put the game out of reach, and that was kind of how that game went. Again, I thought both teams played hard, a lot of pride out there. No one really wanted to lose, but it is what it is. So we were fortunate, blessed to get this win, and we're going to move on and go to a place where we haven't been successful at all against a team that we've had very little success against. I understand that Grambling lost this past weekend, but the mistakes they made in that game, they'll be corrected and they'll be ready for us. They're playing their home opener, if I'm not mistaken. So once again, that'd be extra motivation for them. Players that they haven't lost in a long, long time, and so we know we'll have our hands completely full against somebody again that we haven't had success against. But it's our next game. We're excited about it, and we'll go down there and put forth our best effort and see what we come away with.
We'll open it up for questions for head coach Anthony Jones from Alabama A&M. Coach, Willie Fuller kind of stepped up and made his presence felt with a career high in tackles, and really is kind of emerging as the leader of your defense.
Well, Willie has been that guy. He's one of our captains. He was a preseason one of those all-conference kind of guys or something along that line, and we're expecting a lot of big things out of him, and he needed to step up this past weekend in order for us to have a chance of being successful, and he was able to do so. So I'm proud of him, proud of his effort. I'm also proud of his teammates, the way they played around him. So to be able to hold Tuskegee to under 200 yards of offense and 6 points, and particularly, we had a mishap on one of our field goals, and we gave them the ball on the 22-yard line, and they were able to come away with absolutely no points. We turned them away twice down in the red zone where they could have made some plays on us, and it would have been a difference in the game, but our defense played well and led by Willie.
Yeah, Coach, this is Roscoe Nance. How you doing?
I'm fine, Roscoe. How are you?
Good. You mentioned A&M not having a lot of success at Grambling. How heavily does that weigh on the team? Is that something that you think about at all?
No, we're not going to think about it. That's what's happened in the past. We're trying to move forward and prepare for the future. The thing that happens now, Grambling has a lot of history. They've always had good football teams. This year is no exception. We've always ran into them. We played them tough, but sometimes the score don't reveal that. We got to play hard, prepare hard, and play hard, and try to play the best game we can play. And this game will stand on this game. They can't bring none of the points that they scored against us in the years past. So, when we start the game, it'll be 0-0, and if we don't play well, then of course they'll beat us. If we play well, then we'll have a chance.
Is Grambling that tough of a place to play because of the atmosphere, or just what is it like to play at Grambling?
I mean, it's a tough place to play. They have a lot of history there. Their kids understand their history, and I mean, they've had good football teams. So, I mean, you can have history, and but the ghosts won't come out and play from the history. Current players are what's going to put the whooping on you. And and they've had some really good football teams, and so we got to go down there and play a good football team this year, and we can't worry about the ghosts of past. What they got to do, we'll have our hands full with the current players and coaches.
But the atmosphere in terms of the crowd and all of that, that's not an intimidating factor.
Well, I don't know. Myself, I'm not one easily intimidated, but when you get down there and you go down there in that big old bowl, man, and it's like they almost like kind of a gladiator arena, if you will. You get down there, they close the fence on you, and next thing you know, you don't have a lot of people down there that's supporting you, and they get down there, they get loud, their players get loud, they get physical. And it's kind of that kind of an atmosphere. So, those who've been able to adjust to it. I mean, we're not the only ones who haven't had a lot of success at Grambling. I don't know if they lost a game the last conference game the last 3 or 4 years down there. So, they're tough to beat there.
Your relationship with Doug. I know you guys were teammates on the Redskins, and if I'm not mistaken, you was on his staff at Morehouse, correct?
No, I was not. Doug and I never worked together.
Okay, but you succeeded him at Morehouse.
No, someone else did.
Okay, but anyway, you guys were teammates on the Redskins. What kind of relationship do you have and still have? What is it going to be like? What is it like to coach against him?
I mean, I coached against Doug when I first got here, and then he went on and left and pursued other career options, and then he's back. So Doug and I have always had a good relationship. One of the things that I think made us successful while we were at the Redskins is that we all had good relationships. We worked together. We did things together. We looked out for one another. And, we still have this good relationship. I'll call Doug if I have questions about something. He'll call me if he has questions about something. We see each other on different circuits and things of that sort. We always talk. If I have something on my mind, I can call Doug, and Doug will give me his honest opinion on it, and vice versa. So, we still have a good relationship, and that relationship will stay supportive of one another, except for when we play. He'll be pulling for his team. Of course, I'll be pulling for mine, and then when it's over, we'll go back to having a great relationship where we're being supportive of one another.
Okay, Coach. Thanks.
Thank you.
Coach, talk a little about, you talked about the big play, the big return that kind of got your team rebounding after the Tuskegee was able to score. Terrence Pride had a nice game for you on Saturday.
Yeah, he made a few big plays for us. He threw a big pass for a big completion. He got us the big return that got us going. Because, after they scored, we only had about a minute and 28 seconds left in the half. And we needed a big score, a big return, because we were out of timeouts. And he got it on their side of the field. I think we were about the 40, 45-yard line, and we were to take that down in about 4 or 5 plays, get into the end zone for not quite the go-ahead touchdown, but the one that put it, gave us back the momentum at halftime. So I think that return and that drive took a lot out of Tuskegee as they went in at halftime. Now they were down. They should have tied the game with the extra point, but it was missed because we put a lot of pressure on them. And then for us to go back down and score, and then increase the lead back to an 8-point lead after they had scored, I think that did something to their psyche a little bit.
Coach Jones, good morning. It's Charles Evans from WPRL.
Hey, Charles.
Talk about the one thing that your team did right versus what didn't go right in the first 2 games. What was vastly improved on Saturday?
Well, I thought our team as a whole played closer to 60 minutes. We're still not at 60 minutes, but we played closer two 60 minutes than we've done in the past. Usually we shut it down a half, either the first half or the second half. This here, we were able to play better, a more complete game, but we're still not there. I thought our defense was played really well on third down. We created some turnovers for ourselves. Offensively, we weren't as explosive as we've been in the past, particularly the passing game, but we ran the ball well. And so I thought our special teams played well, except for the block punt. Again, it was a misassignment, a very, very simple misassignment. And but our defense played well in the red zone, and I thought our defense played well throughout the game.
Do you think through 3 games your team has found an identity at this point?
Well, no, we're still searching. We're still a young football team, man. You look at our roster, you'll see a lot of youth on that team, and so we're still searching. Guys are still trying to figure out where they fit in, trying to figure out how to play college football. And, we have a real tough test against us this upcoming week, going to a place again against a team, again, that, we haven't had a lot of success. And, we're going to have to step up a complete another level to make this thing work.
When you look at Grambling, Coach, at least up until last week, their defense had been playing pretty tough. As a defensive-minded coach yourself, what do you see in Grambling's defense? Why had they been so good, and what do you try to do to exploit it?
Well, I can't tell you what we're going to do to exploit it, or try to exploit it, but they've been good. One, they've always had good players, and they still got good players out there. They may have made a few mistakes, but I know the things that they got, the mistakes they made this past week, they'll be corrected. That's the kind of coach Doug is. Him and the staff will get on and correct those things. One of the things about playing a team that's good, after they have a disappointing loss, you're going to get their absolute best, and that's what I expect from them. And we better bring our absolute best. If we don't, nothing will change.